communications that you've called us on 999 this morning.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to call us on 999 when it's not an emergency.
Oh, right.
So at this time, we're here to issue you with a fixed penalty notice in regards to misusing our 999. And
so this guy is getting fined, well, charged and fined for phoning 999. Because he's not allowed to phone 999. Because if they deem your phone call not to be an emergency, you will get fined. That's what this person is saying. Now, do you think it's harassment? Do you not? Do you think it's right for the police to say what is an emergency and what isn't an emergency? Do you think it's right that most people only know 999 as the phone call to phone for the police and not 101? No. What they are saying is if they deem your phone call not to be an emergency, they might come and charge you for abusing the 999 system, which is on the Communications Act or something like that. We'll get into that as we get to that, but this is absolutely ridiculous. You use 999, you will be fined. Is that the new slogan? Oh my God. Let's get into it.
Yeah, wait a minute, let me just sort this out and then we'll see where we're at. I've just seen two police just knocked on my door. One of them's under complaints proceedings, an Officer Moyes, and I don't know at this point yet why they're here. So let's see what this is about.
right, David.
David.
Yeah, let's get this bit out of the way first.
We've been informed by our communications that you've called us on 999 this morning.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to call us on 999 when it's not an emergency.
Oh, right.
So at this time, we're here to issue you with a fixed penalty notice in regards to misusing our 999 and making a call to the police when it's not been an emergency on an emergency number.
Okay, so if I clarify, I won't be fined, is that right?
At the minute,
Yeah. Oh, so you're going to fine me anyway?
I'm issuing you the ticket.
Okay.
All right, because you've already been warned.
Yeah, but it was an emergency. I got a phone call.
It wasn't an emergency
I
because
thought. Hold on a minute, ma'am. If I clarify, then you can hold yourself before you give me the fine. But wait, let me clarify. Let me clarify.
You're going to be issued with the ticket.
As you can see, this woman never lets me get a word in edgewise. Go on, then, ma'am.
This is what's happened.
Okay.
All right?
Now this is more police harassment, right? So they've come to fine me for phoning the police because I've got a message from the police which I weren't sure if it was them, which was an emergency to me because I thought I was being threatened. But
Right.
let's see where we're at. Go ahead.
Would you like to sign it?
I don't know what it is, ma'am, so you can explain.
It's a fixed penalty notice,
Right.
which means that
Hold on. Oh,
that
this
you'll
is
have
on
to
there.
pay £90
No way.
because of the fine.
Okay,
right?
but what I'm
So
saying is I can contest it. Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm going to contest it. I'm going to contest it.
You for the offence.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
But I haven't breached anything again, no?
Consistently using a public electronic
Here we go.
communications network in order to cause annoyance, inconvenience, or needless anxiety.
Here we go.
And that's contrary to
I'm listening, but
Section
it
127
seems ridiculous to me.
Communications
It's harassment, isn't it?
2003.
Here we go.
Okay then, so you've heard their reason for giving him it because he constantly phones the police. Now, I covered one of his videos where he phoned the police and he just wanted a crime number because his windows keep getting smashed. This guy honestly believes that he's being harassed by the police. This doesn't help their case whatsoever. So let's just get into what she said. It's the Communications Act of 2003 and it's section 127. And what she is quoting is section 2 of that, which is there.
A person is guilty of an offence if, for the purpose of causing annoyance, inconvenience, or needless anxiety to another, he F1A sends by means of a public electronic communications network a message that he knows to be false. F1B causes such a message to be sent, or C persistently makes use of a public electronic communications network.
So what they are saying is the police themselves that he is causing annoyance, inconvenience, or needless anxiety to the police. Because the public communications network, which it mentions in a couple of places, is any transmitted or electronically transmitted networks radios, phones, anything like that really is a public electronic communications network. That's how I see what that means. So, as I said, they are saying that he is causing them annoying inconvenience or needless anxiety. So which one is it? Is it inconvenience? Is it annoyance? Or is it anxiety, needless anxiety? Now, if it's causing somebody on the end of the phone needless anxiety on a 999 call, maybe they shouldn't be taking a call. Inconvenience. Is he inconveniencing somebody for phoning 999? Possibly. Is it annoying? Are they getting annoyed that he's constantly on the phone to them? Probably. But do you honestly believe him phoning 999, regardless how many times he's done it, is a breach of this section here? And do you honestly believe he should be fined for that? Because I do not. Who are they to say what somebody deems an emergency and what somebody doesn't deem an emergency? Because one person's emergency is not another's. Now, let's just get back into the video.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So you don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you don't mention now, something which later on in court.
Okay.
And if you do say may be given in evidence.
Okay.
Would you like to say that you've received the ticket?
No, ma'am, because if I'm right, if I can contest it, then I'm contesting all of it, even the issuing of it by a person under police complaints proceedings.
Right.
Yep.
I'm going to give you that so it doesn't get wet.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Going to take that?
Got it.
And I'll write on this one that you've refused to sign.
Well,
Okay?
if I'm right, ma'am, just to make sure we're right, you haven't asked me what. You've just told me that I've breached. Is that right?
You've committed an offence
Okay.
of phoning 999
Okay.
when there's not been an emergency situation.
Okay. What's an emergency, ma'am?
An emergency is if your life is in immediate danger.
Okay.
And you are in danger of something happening
Okay.
to you or somebody else.
Hold on a minute. So
somebody else.
wait a minute. So if I report a crime yesterday, you with me? And I believe that was in association with what happened today, then my life, in my opinion, was under threat.
Okay then, so this constable was sort of right of what is an emergency. So let's actually have a look what the government say is an emergency. So it's under the Civil Contingencies Act. Oh, I can't even say that. Act 2004, which is section 19. So this is what it is. And then we'll go through the list underneath in a second.
1. In this part, emergencies means A. An event or situation which threatens serious damage to human welfare in the United Kingdom or in a part or region. B. An event or situation which threatens serious damage to the environment of the United Kingdom or of a part or region, or C. War or terrorism which threatens serious damage to the security of the United Kingdom.
Okay, so she was sort of right. Threatens serious damage to human welfare, which is right there. But this section here actually outlines what they class as as an emergency. So let's just let it read out.
For the purposes of subsection 1a, an event or situation threatens damage to human welfare only if it involves, causes or may cause A. Loss of human life. B. Human illness or injury. C. Homelessness. D. Damage to property. E. Disruption of a supply of money, food, water, energy or fuel. F. Disruption of a system of communication. G. Disruption of facilities for transport, or H. Disruption of services relating to health.
So these are what they're saying. Homelessness. So they're saying if something may threaten you to be homelessness, then it's an emergency. If you disrupt anything related to health, so ambulances and that sort of stuff, that's an emergency. So when Just Stop Oil was stopping traffic from moving, that was an emergency, and the police should have used this act to move them. And transport, there was also disrupting transport, also disrupting anything to do with transport, which includes fuel, energy, food, and the transporting of money. But that's what they're classed as an emergency. And if you want to see the rest, pause it and have a quick read. But yeah, so she is sort of right. Loss of human life, human illness or injury, damage to property. But if he honestly believed that this phone call he got was a threat to his life, then why not phone 999? Because it would be classed as an emergency. It's a threats of damage or threat of human life or injury. So yeah, let's just get back into it.
Bear with me, because
no,
what I
David,
stated. Hold on.
I've
Here we go.
assumed you
She never listens. This is
right.
what we're going to court about. She never listens. Not a thing. She arrested me already for not listening.
Okay.
Yeah, you
We're not
done?
going to discuss anything.
No, it's all right, ma'am. I'll contest it. Let's have another second half.
Copies on your floor.
I got it.
All the details
Ridiculousness, more harassment, police harassment. But go on, let's see what this one's about now. So what'll happen? Will I wait for court? Will I wait for court?
You'll need to read your form you've got.
Okay. And Officer Moyes, you do know I asked you not to come to my house no more, is that right? All right, ma'am. Be safe. So we got another one now. Police have arrested me for phoning the 999. The good thing is it's on the live. Okay? So you've heard it on the YouTube live. Another one. All right, let's continue.
So this whole thing, as you've seen, all because he got a phone call which he didn't believe was the police or a message which he deemed a threat to his life. So he phoned 999 and reported it. And this is what he got. As we've seen, they found him for the communications 167 for misusing the communications, which I can't really say he did do. But then they also said it wasn't an emergency. Now, like I said earlier, what you deem as a threat and what somebody else deems as a threat are two different things. What you deem as an emergency and what somebody else deems as an emergency could be two complete different things. But the law does state damage to property or health, human health, homelessness and anything which disrupts food and all that sort of stuff for transport or even health is all classed as an emergency. Now, if this person truly believed that his life was threatened and it could be, they're coming right now, I would say yes, ringing 999 would be applicable to call as it would deem, in his mind, an emergency. So who is to say what is an emergency and what isn't? And what you class as an emergency and what somebody else does are two completely different things. Now, somebody could be stood right in front of you threatening you. Would you say that was an emergency? Some may say yes, some may say no, depending on his demeanour at that moment in time. So, who's to, like I keep saying, who's to say what is an emergency? Immediate danger is obviously an emergency. Somebody threatening you or threatening your life through a message or phone call could be immediate danger because you don't know where they are. If they know where you live, it's an immediate danger. But all of that is my opinion. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this interaction. As always, like the video, it does open YouTube's algorithm, and I'll catch you on the next one.